Good evening, people of the internet. As you might have noticed, the Ballondor has happened by now, and it has caused some outrage over the internet. If you have been online in the last 72 hours, you have probably at least heard of the Ballondor, even if you don't watch football, and the outrage that ensued when Messi won the Ballondor over Lewandowski. So I wanted to give my personal opinions on the ratings, since I think it will be quite a fitting video for the channel now, since I'm mainly focusing on football stuff by now with this one. In case you haven't seen that, there's an update on the Discord server. You might want to join and check that out. Link will be in the description. But anyways, I just wanted to give my personal opinions on that really quickly. This isn't like a huge video. Another huge video will come probably next week or the week after, depending on how much school annoys me. But yeah, anyways, let's start off with the big question in the room. Who should have won the Ballon d'Or? My personal opinion is that while Messi probably is the greatest footballer of all time, I do not think that he deserves to win it this year. Why? Essentially, if you look at the entire year, that means last season and this season, or at least January last season, whatever. Ever since moving to Paris, Messi hasn't really done a lot of things, if you think about it. He has been somewhat successful in the Champions League again, but like in Ligue 1, he has scored one goal so far and a triple assist hat-trick, I don't know how to really call it, against a bottom of the league side. So if you really take the entire year into consideration, this isn't really something you would think of a Ballon d'Or winner. Meanwhile, on the other hand, I think Lewandowski, now again top scorer of the Champions League by now, has performed really, really well this year again. In my opinion, he definitely deserves to win it last year, like no doubt about it. This year, he was, compared to last year, maybe a tiny bit weaker, although he did break that Bundesliga record with the most goals. But still, personally, that Lewandowski has deserved it more, even with the success compared to Messi. Messi might have won the Copa de America, but if you really think about it, who does he play there? Ecuador, Venezuela, a country in the middle of a crisis. The only real opponents you could name were Brazil and Colombia. So yeah, let's not get overhyped over that. I'm glad he won an international trophy, but yeah. Then Lewandowski obviously has broken that Bundesliga record, as you probably have heard, of the 41 goals. And then also has achieved great success with Bayern winning the league again, obviously. No surprise there, it's Bayern, it's the Bundesliga, what else do you expect? Maybe yes, surprise when Dortmund runs, but like not this day and age. And had a pretty good Champions League run as well. Only got knocked out by PSG. Rather unfortunately, if you look at the stats, they had a lot more shots than them, to say none the least. Yeah, so personally, I think that Lewandowski should have won this year. Then to the next biggest fish in the room, obviously, who invited Jorginho to be in the top 3 of the Ballon d'Or? I'm a Chelsea fan, and I do not think Jorginho deserves to be in the top 5. I'm gonna be real. Who invited him? But the only thing I can remember from watching the Chelsea games, which he did, was like, I don't know if it was even this year, though, but the only thing I remember Jorginho for was that back pass against Arsenal where he nearly scored a own goal. I do not see that much contribution from Jorginho, which makes him top 3 worthy in the Ballon d'Or. Obviously, I get that he has won the Champions League, he's won the Euros, so he's got to be somewhere. He doesn't have no influence, it's not like that. It's just, I don't think he had the biggest influence in Chelsea. I think there's other players in Chelsea FC, like Mason Mount and N'Golo Kante, who had a much bigger impact on the team, especially Kante. I will talk about that in a second. Who had a much bigger impact on the season and on the club than Jorginho has ever had, probably. I do not mean to slander Jorginho. Jorginho is a great player, but compared to Kante or even Mason Mount, I think he really isn't comparable. But he is still a really good midfielder. Obviously, with that coming, Benzema, I would obviously put top 3. Man's had an outrageous season at Real Madrid. He single-handedly carrying them to the title, if you think about it. Carrying them to the semi-finals in the Champions League, scoring outrageous goals. Probably one of the best, if not the best seasons I've ever seen from Benzema. And now to N'Golo Kante, I do think he deserves a top 4 spot, for the simple fact that every time I see a Chelsea team, I'm a Chelsea fan, every time I see a Chelsea team without N'Golo Kante, I immediately get a bit worried, because I know how much quality Kante adds to this side. His movement, his passing, his defending, everything. Kante is like the prime midfielder you need in your team. In terms of midfielders, I would always go with Kante, not De Bruyne and not Bruno Fernandes. I just believe that Kante has so much to offer. He's so versatile. He maybe does not score that often, but that's because he's more of a defensive midfielder, so you can't really blame him. He does score like a couple of times with that probably outrageous goal, if I remember correctly, last year against Tottenham, or 2 years ago against Tottenham with the triple nutmeg. But yeah, he adds so much quality and pressuring that side's unbelievable. Now, I do think Donnarumma had an incredible season. He has been utterly immense for the Italian squad to win the Euros, obviously. But I do think that Edouard Mendy, who has more clean sheets than conceded goals this entire season, so even with the year, I do think that he has deserved the award more. You could say that it's down to our defense, but you can't disregard the effect that Edouard Mendy has brought into this Chelsea team. If you look at the play style of our defenders with Kepa compared to Edouard Mendy, obviously Kepa is regaining confidence, and I'm glad about that. I really do like Kepa, and I wish for him to soon return to our main squad. Aside from that, if you look at our performances, our defense's performances with Kepa and our defense's performance with Edouard, you will see that our defense plays much more calmly and much more concentrated when Edouard is in charge. I do not really get why that is. Wait, that sounds wrong. I do get why that is, because Edouard is more of a leadership type of person. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he wants. The only thing I could really criticize, so I do think Edouard also has an effect on defense, which every keeper should have, to be fair. And that's why I think this argument with like, oh, your defense is better, blah blah blah, is kinda useless in this sense. Only thing I could criticize about Edouard Mendy, which might hurt him in the chances of the Ballondor, is that Edouard Mendy has been really weak from playing the ball out, which is the area he really needs to improve. I always get kind of shaky hands when I see him with the ball. So yeah, if he fixes that, I think there is no doubt about it that he probably is the best keeper in the world. I do think Donnarumma deserves it as well, because obviously he has won the Euros with Italy. He has been immense for that team as well. But in my personal opinion, I think Edouard just slightly was better than Donnarumma. Although Donnarumma is also a world-class keeper, one of the best, if also not one of the greatest. Like, these two are like unmatched this season. You put one of them in goal, you're conceding none. You're conceding absolutely none. Anyways, guys, that was it with the video. Hit the subscribe button, drop a comment down below, tell me which players you would have liked to see in the Ballondor, which players you don't really get are in the Ballondor, or how they have been included, who should have won the Ballondor. Leave a like, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time.